Right here for the sideboarding for game 2. Well, Deathmark certainly is coming out. Notice that he has a ton of Chandra's Outrages. That is going to be problematic for us, to say the least. He also has a Djinn of the Wishes, which I really only have Doomblade as my best removal option for that. Since if I pacifism it, he can still just wish for 3 cards. Gosh, they're really, like, I'm trying to decide, like, maybe Disentomb is actually a decent card here because he has so much removal that getting back Gravejagger for another creature is possibly going to help us the best. Like, a Spirit Mantle, well, good against Aether Adept. When he's running, I mean, I saw Incinerate, Mind Control, and 3 Chandra's Outrages, so I don't think that card is going to be optimal. Which is unfortunate. I mean, I think we keep, since this is a decent card, but I'm just going to get 2 for 1 way too much. I think we keep in our Oromancer anyway, just in case we need to pacifism early and then Day of Judgment it away. I really think, I don't like playing Disentomb as much, but as I said, it's good with Gravedigger to just try and out-card advantage him that way. I don't think Pride Guardian is going to be that necessary to survive in the early game. Siege Mastodon can survive through his Chandra's Outrages, so there could be an argument made for playing that. But I don't think it's necessarily going to be what we want to do. I think I'd rather be just trying to, get something back early. This is risky putting 2 of these in. My deck's heavy in creatures, though, so I think it'll be okay. Yeah, I honestly don't see us beating this guy. His card quality is like 2 times stronger than our card quality, and it just matches up perfectly against all my creatures. We're just going to have to get incredibly lucky. Trying to decide if incredibly lucky means that if we draw. I think we still want to play first, get him back on his heels. Hopefully, like this is probably the best hand we could ask for, just to draw into a Gravedigger. Yeah, there's not much we can do, I don't think, against this guy. Especially, like, I mean, with all that removal plus the double Aether Adept just to regain the tempo and then trade with one of my, like, my Warpath goal here. It's just, that's scary bad for us. It's interesting that, like, Spirit Mantle and Outcast would have been one of our best options. But that would probably be the only option for Spirit Mantle. If he's debating just shocking right now, I mean, it depends on his removal in his hand, but it's probably not a horrible decision. I mean, if his deck gets to the late game, there's almost no way I can beat him, so. Here's his looter. We're definitely expecting an Aether Adept next turn. So the veterans, the better play, since it's not going to be able to trade, like he's going to have to bounce the veteran, trade with Child. I think that's okay for me. I don't think I used Disentomb or anything on Child early. There's no real reason for that. We have a decent enough curve. Pacifism is probably going to be saved for Volcanic Dragon or for, sadly, his Djinn if he plays it. Like, those are the 2 biggest threats that I saw that I really can't handle very well. Oh yeah, I really don't see myself winning this. He does have a cancel. He might have even boarded in cancel, since he saw Day of Judgment. Wow, okay. Well, I think I swing in with both. If I do, he's gonna double block the veteran, and then with the sack kill this. Hopefully he doesn't have like a land or one of his 4 Chandras, and I'm just gonna drop an Outcast. I really don't have an option just to like if I send in with here, he's gonna do the same thing. If I send in with just this guy, I think it just slows me down enough that I can't afford to do that at this point. So sending in with both, dropping Outcasts after Bloodthirst is probably going to be our best bet. Though he might, in fact, the smarter block for him is just Coral here, Arsonist here, sack to hit him for 1. And then we'll follow with Warpath Goal. If he does the other way, which is completely stupid. I don't know what I was thinking of that at first. Yeah, I mean, it's Merfolk, Arsonist, that's such an easy block. Like, hopefully he lets us get one through, but I doubt that's going to happen. Here, I'm debating if we should just use our mana for the Disentomb. Like, we don't have a lot of ways to get Bloodthirst back. Like, if we Disentomb and get it back Veteran, it's a lot easier for him to attack through something like a one of his 2/2s than Warpath Goal. And since, like, if Vampire Outcast dies and we get it back, we're probably not going to be able to achieve Bloodthirst again. So I think just getting back Veteran here and going for the Veteran to try and get Bloodthirst next turn for the Outcast is our best bet. And like a later game, I mean, if there is an opportunity to get Bloodthirst on Outcasts, I always have the Gravediggers and another Disentomb to get him back. But yeah, I don't really think there was much merit to just, well, maybe I could have just attacked with Child of Night. That might have been a better attack. Then that trades with, say, Goblin Arsonist. And then the next turn I can follow it up. Like, it doesn't let him kill both of my guys. I'm just worried about getting behind and letting him keep a board presence. But that, as I said, that forces, like, it doesn't allow him to trade double. Oh, he's got that guy, okay. Trying to decide if we go for a pacifism here. That does not make great use of our mana, unfortunately. That guy just, I mean, he puts a huge crimp on all of our plans. This is one reason why black-white, well, I guess our black-white deck isn't that good since they don't have many flyers. And if I Gravedigger here, Child of Night is largely not going to be great later game. If I drop Warpath Goal here, I can't Pacifism and Outcast the next turn because I'm limited on mana. If I Pacifism here, I can get damage through and maybe get more damage through next turn. Yeah, it doesn't use my mana that great, and this isn't really what we want to be Pacifisming, even though it's preventing me from getting Outcasts up. I think just dropping the Warpath Goal and going for well, maybe dropping Gravedigger and going for Pacifism next turn is the better play, because then next turn if I don't draw a land I could always Pacifism Child of Night and swing depending on what he does. He might just have removal or something in his hand. So yeah, Gravedigger and Child of Night might be superior because it uses my mana in the best possible way if I don't draw a land. And if I Gravedigger Pacifism next turn and do draw a land, I can then just drop Warpath Goal. I mean, there's no sense, like, I guess I could attack, but he's gonna know I don't have a trick. Like, there's no way he's not gonna block, so there's not really any combat tricks that I could have on Banalish Veteran with 1 Plains out in this format. With 3 black and a Plains. I guess I could have Ring Flesh, but if I had Ring Flesh, I'd have already done it on his Merfolk Looter. And as I said, he's gonna block anyway, so there's no sense in, like, faking an attack. if he swings in with this, there's no way a double block, like, based on the amount of red removal he has. Probably an Aether Eye up, yeah. Gosh, yeah. I mean, I just don't know how my deck wins against this guy's deck. Well, here I just throw my Gravedigger in if he wants to. If he doesn't want to block, great, because then I can get my Outcasts out. But my Outcasts, when he's got 3 Chandra's Outrages in his deck, it's gonna die, sadly. Like, next turn it's gonna go, bam, Chandra's, I got a 20, I get swung back at for a lot. Yeah. Now the question is, do I just want to dump out a Dusk Hunter Bats just to enable Bloodthirst? Like, he's gonna get Bloodthirst in for my Outcasts. I don't really see... Yeah, I think I just throw the Dusk Hunter Bats out as a 1/1 here. And throw out the Child. That makes the best use of my mana. Even though Outcast is going to get Chandra's Outraged, if he doesn't come up with one of his flyers, hopefully I could get a Gravedigger or something. I still have Disentomb and Gravedigger that I could draw to get it back and get in with my bat, but I mean, this looter's just getting out of hand in terms of finding him all the answers that he needs. Like, coming back from this point for us is nearly impossible. And this is the reason why I don't like white-black. As I said before, even though we're a deck that doesn't have a lot of flyers, white-black is something like this. It's just, there's not much you can do. We're completely controlled. Yeah, there's the Fleetwing. Okay, that makes it hard for us to... Well, now we have the Doomblade. For that reason, we could... God, I don't think we can waste Doomblade on Looter. Like, he's already looted enough. Like, it's amazing. He got rid of Incinerate. So he's probably got, like, Cunning Jin and such in hand. I think... if he draws a land and plays Jin... I'm trying to debate if we want to pacifism this now. And then... just swing in with Child of Night. Or if we want to drop a Banalish Veteran. Yeah, I think we drop Banalish Veteran. Depending on what he does on his attack. Next turn, Pacifism, Doomblade like the Gin of Wishes, and then swing in. It's unfortunately I got Aven Fleetwing for my Dusk Hunter Bats. It's also kind of unfortunate that we haven't drawn another land, though. I mean, what would we have drawn instead of the land? Maybe it would have been nice to draw like a... So he probably has Gin of Wishes coming out here. And we're probably going to be pacifisming and Doomblading next turn and just all-out swinging. Hopefully getting him behind. Yeah, his hand has to be amazing if he got rid of an Incinerate. Of course, he's staring at an army of weenies, and they're being held off, so Incinerate's probably not the most amazing. Another Fleetwing, yeah. Well, I think we pacifism the Cutthroat and just swing with these two here. I mean, next turn if he drops like a land in the Jin, I have Doomblade for it. This puts him slightly on the defensive. Unfortunately, as I said, these Fleetwings do give me problems since they shut down the Dusk Hunter Bat. I can't guarantee getting Bloodthirst, which is one problem with this deck. Like, also that I don't have a Scepter, I don't have a Tormented Soul, and when you pair red with black, you get the Goblin Fire Slingers and other easier ways like Arsonist to enable Bloodthirst. White really doesn't have a lot of ways to sneak through damage. I mean, this here is pretty much our only option. Hope he drops a big creature next turn, which I can Doomblade. and then I draw like a land to play my Warpath Goal with that. He's already had such a good hand. Yeah, he's gonna block here. Watch him discard like an outrage. Oh, interesting. So maybe he's got like 3 outrages in his hand. That's possible. Something crazy like that. Like he got rid of Incinerate because he already has a hand full of removal. I mean, he could have like the Djinn and like double outrage. Doesn't want to necessarily play the Djinn next turn, so he just sits back. Or gets rid of his island, because maybe he drew something, yeah. I mean, he probably drew island. Gets rid of island because he can't get rid of one of his card quality cards, even though he wants to play Djinn this turn. They're probably both coming in, and he probably drew a land, and he's going to play Djinn. Or he's just going to Chandra's my guy. Another Aether Adept, okay. Yeah. No, it's too bad that we don't have our 5th land here. Or that guy would be quite the drop. Sitting with the Outcast in my hand. Like, Outcasts are going to die this turn, and I'm going to take 8. There's no way they're not going to get Chandra's outraged. I mean, which means that hopefully we draw another land, and I can get 1 through with the bats and draw Bloodlord. But yeah, this guy, there's no way this guy's living. Yeah, Mind Control, I forgot that I even had that. This game's more one-sided than I can imagine. Yeah. Is there anything that we can possibly do to recover from this? The answer is draw. Let's see. Can we draw a Plains Day of Judgment? What would we even be at? Like, if I drop a guy, if I draw, like, say, Plains next turn, and I drop a guy, and I go chump, I go to 8. Drop another guy, I go to 4. I guess we can draw Plains Day. And just go through a double chump process. I think this guy's better. I mean, that only works if he has absolutely no removal in his hand. Like if he's Chandra's Outrage, I'd basically die. I can't really do the double chump thing. Yeah, I mean, I wasn't even talking about Mind Control earlier. I was thinking more along the lines of Djinn. Maybe that was just wishful thinking. But yeah, like the only way for me to live here is to do what I said and just go through double chumps. Just trade off, go to 8, play a guy, cross my fingers that he does not have the removal for that guy, and then I draw into Plains Day. And then I'd be at 4 life and hoping to God that he doesn't have a double Chandra's outrage. I mean, I don't think I can survive at 4 life against a deck with 3 outrages. That's not Plains Day. I mean, I can't even Doomblade any of those things, which is kind of frustrating. Go to 2, play another guy. Yep, I'm dead. Alright. I will see you for the next one.